All right. So, yeah, we're going to do a full Supreme Pentagram, temple, circle, but the point is the 6th Sephiroth Tiphareth. Here, grab your, it's in there. So the 6th Sephiroth Tiphareth. Tiphareth means beauty in Hebrew. I love these Sephiroth things. They're just so poetically weird. The Sefer Yetzirah says of the 6th path, it is called the mediating intelligence, because in it are multiplied the influxes of the emanations, for it causes that influence to flow into all the reservoirs of the blessings, with which they themselves are united. Okay. The emanations are united in Tiphareth. Magical image, a majestic king, a child, a sacrificed god. The Atzuluth or fire level is the god. The god name is Jehovah Elo V'Da'ath. So that's the word, the god name I'm using every time we do the middle pillar for that Sephiroth. And the meaning of Jehovah Elo V'Da'ath is God or goddess. Deity manifests in the mind. In the next level, the water level, Bria, the archangel level, we've got Raphael, the angel of the east as well. In the Yetzirah level or air level, the level of angels, we have the Malachim, which I've seen as translated as the messengers. I think I've read it as guardians as well, but angels. And then in Asaya or earth level, in astrology, it is the sun. And the sun in Hebrew is called the Shemesh. Spiritual experience, the vision of the harmony of things. Color yellow. In actuality, there's 4 colors for each level, but generally the color I'm using here when I give a color is the Briatic level, the water archangel level color. I think it's pink something for one of the colors. But incense, olibanum or frankincense, plant, bay, laurel, fruiting vine. Titles, the lesser countenance, the sun, the king, the sacred heart, which you see in all that Catholic stuff. I can mispronounce it, I'm Catholic. What, ex-Catholic? Deities, solar deities like Apollo, but also deities that have died and resurrected, which include Jesus, Dionysus, and Osiris. Symbols, the rose cross, the cavalry cross, the truncated pyramid on the American money. Virtue, vice, devotion to the great work as the virtue, vice, pride. People forget that pride is one of the 7 major sins. So before I want to just kind of look into this here. This is, although it focuses on tarot, Robert Wang was the personal secretary for Israeli Regarding, who was the secretary of Golden Dawn. And 6, Tiphareth, beauty. So it means beauty. The 4 6s in the tarot, which we have. Sacrifice gods. consciousness of the higher self and of the greater masters, hence the connection to channeling. Vision of the harmony of things, healing and redemption, the elemental kings. So, here's something, I'm going to just read what he says here. In Kether is the radix of a golden glory, and thence there is a pure, primitive, and sparkling, gleaming golden yellow, which was reflected into Tiphareth. This is the first reflected triad completed, and the sphere of its operation is that of Semish, the solar light, and bestoweth life, light, and brilliancy in metallic matter, and it ruleth the sphere of action and of the sun, with a U, and Jehovah Elovada'ath is a God of knowledge and wisdom, ruling over the light of the universe, and its archangel is Raphael, the Prince of Brightness, beauty and life. And the name of the order of angels is the Melachim, that is, kings or angelic kings, who are also called the order of virtues, angels and rulers. The initiation of Tiphareth is the first of the great initiations into the meaning of the self. Here the individual encounters his own higher self and sacrifices his personality, that which he has hitherto believed to be himself. And while this description may appear glib, the initiation of Tiphareth is literally a losing of what one has known to be life, a sacrifice of that life for a greater reality. This is the meaning of the passage, for whosoever shall save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. The sacrifice in these terms does not mean the relinquishment of something much desired. Rather, it is that which has been described as the translation of force from one form to another. This is a translation of force directed by the will. So, it was interesting. I don't know, a number of years ago, I was looking at other people's stuff on YouTube, and some fellow had described a middle pillar which skipped Tiphareth, which skipped the heart. Now, in the Golden Dawn stuff, which this all comes from, Tiphareth is also known as sort of Christ consciousness. It's the individualized consciousness, but Christ consciousness has nothing to do with Jesus. It's about each individual being the Christ, or child of God. So it is very much about kind of spirituality, which is, I would assume, is the reason to get into magic, right? Because this magic is not about chicks and cars. Wicca can be about that, but although you got to see, looking into the Golden Dawn book, which I didn't bring today because it's too heavy, but there's 7 major rituals in the black kind of original Golden Dawn book by Israeli Gardi. And one of them is a Jupiter talisman. So, it can be used to create talismans for favor or kind of protection or what have you. Jupiter talisman is explicitly for expansion. Jupiter kind of creating opportunities. So, but nonetheless, most of this work is called the Great Work. So the Great Work is about creating, as quoted, knowledge of and conversation with one's own holy guardian angel. So the theory is that we each have a holy guardian angel. However, that holy guardian angel is not oh, there's an angel. The holy guardian angel is ourselves, kind of the higher self. Of this whole theory that we're not humans searching for spirituality, we're spiritual beings in human form. And so the idea here, and then in the Golden Dawn, you know, they love their kind of grades. And you got your neophyte who's just starting out, and you got to be a neophyte for a year, and then you can begin to work on the next level. And so to be in one's heart chakra or Tiphareth is to be an Adeptus Minor in the Golden Dawn system. And so the theory is that if one can be an Adeptus Minor, that you have to be in that consciousness of the higher self, or as I've said when doing the middle pillar, the chakra of unconditional love, Christ consciousness, you have to be in that to have this connection, to be able to begin to create or manage that connection with your own higher self. So the theory is, here we are, but that we each have our own higher self that experiences past lives and future lives. We have our own higher self, which is the spiritual being that decided that our present incarnation would benefit us. Something we wanted to do. And so we have this own higher self that really kind of knows why it chose this incarnation. So that's kind of the knowledge of and conversation with the Holy One's own HGA, or is one's own higher self, is all that starts from kind of heart love, which is kind of, well, I digress a little, where people misunderstand Crowley. So Crowley wrote this whole book of the law, and which was the basis for his new religion, which became the OTO, or Ordoro Templi Orientalis, or Thelema. And of course, one thing he says is that the famous phrase is, "Do what thou willst is the whole of the law, love under will." But a lot of people don't recognize that Crowley was also, he's saying that and writing that whole book from a perspective of Adeptus Minor in the Golden Dawn. He was, yes, he ended up getting kicked out of the Golden Dawn and starting his own kind of cults, but he was still a Golden Dawner and a Mason as well. So when he says, from Adeptus Minor perspective, love under will, it doesn't mean that will is more than love. It means love is the foundation, or what was popular in that terminology a couple hundred years ago. Love is the throne of the true will, where true will sits, or the foundation of true will. So people get into the OTO and they think, well, now I can do whatever I will. Well, you're not doing that unless you know your will. And you don't know your will unless your foundation is love. So, no, it's not about love under will. Doesn't mean I should pursue my whims and physical needs. No, it means, well, you have to know, in order to know your true will, you have to start from a true heart. Otherwise, you're not getting your true will. So that's kind of the thing I have a problem with. OTO, or that stuff. But so, which brings us to this. And we better get going. So I will need my own little, there it is. And I'm going to have my cheat sheets out just because I don't want to screw it up. Do with it. It'll have to do. So I'll just see if we got time for this other channeling stuff. Otherwise, we'll just get together some time and try it out in the summer.
Sounds good.
But in the meantime, I dedicate this temple to developing our experience and understanding of Tiphareth, the sixth sphere. And we're just going to do a quick counterclockwise. Little smudge. A little Greek. Hecus, estebebeloi. And then with enthusiasm and in purpose, Ate, Malkuth, Vegabora, Vegadula, Leila Amen. And to that end, okay. Yeheshua, 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 Yeshua, Yeshua. That's correct. Yeheshua, Yehovah Shah, Yod He Shin Vav He. Ayin Ara, Yod Nun Resh Yod, sign of Osiris slain. El, the sign of the morning of Isis. V, the sign of Typhoon Apophis. X, the sign of Osiris risen. L, V, X, loops, light, light of the cross. Virgo, Isis, mighty mother. Scorpio, Apophis, destroyer. Soul, Osiris, slain yet risen. Isis, Apophis, Osiris. Yexape, Okoeman, Antabitewem, the divine light descend. Eheye Yohdehe Vahilohim Yadevahe Lovdat Shalaya Chayadon Haratz. The divine light descend. Ate Malkuth Vegaboravedula. It. And then reminders. To the east, spirit pentagram of air. EXRP. Eheye. Open. Oro Ibae Ozadpi. Jehovah. Jehovah. Hail Raphael, Archangel of East, and Air, and tonight, the Sun. Spirit pentagram of fire. Be-te-o-em. Eheye. Voyepteia pedoke. Elohim. Hail Michael, Archangel of fire in the south. In the west, pentagram of water, spirit. Koema Agla, close veil. Empe Arsel Gaio, Al. Hail Gabriel, Archangel of water in the west. In the north, spirit pentagram. Enna Enta Agla, close it. Imordial Hectega, Adonai. Hail Uriel, Archangel of the north, earth. Before us, Raphael behind us, Gabriel to the right hand, Michael and the left hand, Uriel. About us flames the pentagrams, and in the column shines the six-rayed star. As above, so below. Ate Malkuth Vegabora Vegadula Lela Am. Amen. This afternoon we are entering and connecting with the sixth Sephiroth, Tiphareth, beauty. The sixth path is called the mediating intelligence because in it are multiplied the influences of the emanations, for it causes that influence to flow into all the reservoirs of the blessings with which they themselves are united. A majestic king, a child that sacrificed gods. God named Jehovah Iloveda'at, source manifesting in the mind. Archangel Raphael, angels the Malachim, the sun and the earth, spectrum plane. Spiritual experience, the vision of the harmony of things. Yellow, Briatic, frankincense, still going. Bay, laurel, fruiting vines, the lesser countenance, the sun, the king, the sacred heart. the sacrifice gods, the solar gods. Symbols, the rose cross, the cavalry cross, the truncated pyramid. Devotion to the great work, or pride. And to this end, before we do a middle pillar, do the Unicursal Hexagram of the sun. Yeah, put that on there. Ooh. The sun. Aralita. Yehovah Ilovedat. Raphael. The Malachim. The sun. Resh. Okay, to this end. Let's see. Oh, I already turned that one off. No, it doesn't turn off. Let's see. Oh, well. Oh, brilliant. Ah. Okay. So, yes, sitting up straight, not crossing arms or legs. First, we want to establish our 4 square breath. It is closed. We're both practice meditators. We can kind of not be concerned with their discussion. But, so begin. You know, I've heard people say the count of 5. It doesn't matter, really. All you're trying to do is get your own comfortable 4 square breath. Breathe in to the count of 4. Pause for the count of 4. Out for a count of 4. And pause. Begin to imagine this light atop the head, an orb of white light, energized white light atop the head. This is source light, source energy, pre-dichotomy. Its God name of the sphere of light atop the head is Eheye. Eheye. Still there, Eheye. Yeah. Bring the light energy down to form a lavender orb of light in the throat area. is the light of our upreaching, the higher mind, the light of the descent of spirit into us. God's name is Yehovah Elohim. Lavender orb of light in the throat. Yehovah Elohim. Bring the light energy down behind the solar plexus to form a golden yellow orb of light. Sun or heart. Yehovah Elovada'ath. Yellow sphere of light. Unconditional love. Christ consciousness. Connection to our higher self resides. Yehovah Elovada'ath. Yehovah Elovada'ath. Imagine the light energy descending to the groin area where it forms a purple orb of light, the light of life. Its God name is Shaddai El Chai. Shaddai El Chai. Imagine the light descending, energy descending to form a russet orb of light around the feet. Grounding sphere, light of form, consciousness in matter. God name is Adonai Haaretz. Adonai Haaretz. Adonai Haaretz. On an inhale, bring the attention to the orb of light atop the head. And on the exhale, imagine light energy coming down through the left side of the body to the feet. On the inhale, bring the light energy up through the right side of the body to the top of the head. Repeat. On an exhale, bring the light energy down over the front of the body to the feet. On the inhale, bring the light energy up along the back of the body to the top of the head. On an inhale, collect the light energy at the feet. And on the exhale, release the light energy up through the middle pillar, through the top of the head, to fountain down around again through your aura. Collect feet. Inhale. And on the exhale, release the light energy up through the top. And center yourself in that Tiphareth, Sephiroth chakra. I'm going to proceed. There are 3 biblical scriptures to begin to call in the fellowship of the diamond light. Genesis 1:14. And God saw that the light was good, and he separated the light from the darkness. Ezekiel 11:19. I will give them an undivided heart and put a new spirit in them. I will remove from them their heart of stone and give them a heart of flesh. Revelations 21:4. He will wipe every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death or mourning or crying or pain, for the old order of things has passed away. In the beginning was the Word, Word of light, Word of love, Word of truth. May this temple be blessed with the presence of the fellowship of the diamond light. To the east, Shurama. Shu, Ark of the Way shower. Venus Sophia, Angel Theodora. Colors, blue and yellow, combine to make iridescent green. Essence of fire, beginnings. Nature. Instinct from the heart. Love with wisdom. To the south, Shu Ra Ma. Ra, the arc of the solar king. Alpha Helios. Hun To, fiery orange with yellow and red. Essence, the creative intellect, refining fire. To the west, Shu Ra Ma. Ma, the arc of the light bearer. Jupiter, Thoth, colors purple and silver. Essence, nurturing, sustaining, teaching. North, the north diamond is in the heart of the participants. Shurama, the diamond in the heart of each participant. Ding. Okay, let's come back. Be here now.
Was intense.
Oh, all right. In a good way.
Yeah.
All right. I'll just do a quick close here. Oh, there it is. Shoot. Earth, Uriel, Gabriel, water, fire, Michael, yeah, Raphael. May the energies and intelligences called and drawn to this our ceremony be dismissed. And temple be closed. So I'm drawing an eagle in the middle of the Western pentagram, and there's this guy. Perfect. Yeah, I mean, I could have talked a lot more about that. We didn't have a lot of time, but as in the Qabalistic cross, which is basic to kind of like punctuation in these ceremonies, you know, there's in my I have a YouTube video about the Qabalistic cross and about sort of a more an in-depth kind of explanation of it. But one thing that, as it being astrologer, is I noticed, and it probably has to do with this sphere too, Tiphareth, where it says the cross. Well, it's not talking about the symbol of the cross as a Roman torture device so much. What it's talking about is the symbol of the cross as like kind of Michelangelo's kind of symbol. Like, so when we're doing this Kabbalistic cross, it's like we're creating, it's in astrology, you would look at it as midheaven nadir axis and the ascendant descendant axis. So sort of the vertical and the horizontal. So that's what the cross is about, is like in astrology, it's like this is power, the vertical is the power axis, kind of the nadir is where we get our power, and midheaven is how we release our power energy into the world, career, old way of saying it. Probably more accurately, care-er, carer, career, what you're doing in community, the world. So that's the power. And then this is the ascendant descendant, is more the awareness, self-awareness, awareness of others in the traditional astrology. So if we turn that into the Kabbalistic cross, it's like Ate Malkuth is the power axis running through each of us, our own, And then we have this awareness using the shoulders, the Mars and Jupiter awareness axis. And where they come together, I mean, it doesn't exactly, you have to have multiple Hindu chakras to get it to line up better. But the idea is, it's this, the heart chakra is where they come together. Boom. So that's kind of the cross in this. It's not a Roman torture device so much. It's about the cross in your being in the world. And Ate Malkuth, so crown, earth, Vigabor, Vigadula, harsh and gentle, kind of Mars and Jupiter. And Leolam is Hebrew for kind of the agreement, or kind of the agreement between God and humans, that there is some sort of the connection, in other words. So in this a little extra thing I threw in there, which I had to stop and legible. Light went out. Oh, is there another light? Oh, well.
Over there.
Oh, yeah. Not doing too much. Is the code words is Shu Rama, and the symbol is a simple diamond. The one in the east is Venus Sophia, so it's like a Venus symbol with a dot in the middle for make that a sun symbol with, so that means consciousness. So sort of love, wisdom, Shu Rama. That's the east one. So the idea is, in this brotherhood stuff, is that it's got these diamonds. I'm doing a diamond in the east, south, and west, and the north diamond is in your heart. It's the idea that some of this early channeling was saying, that many of us have had hundreds, thousands of incarnations to refine our spirit or whatever, or awareness. And the idea is that if we use a metaphor like coal as we know it is old organic matter, mud and moss and wood and what have you, plant matter that has been pressed. And then the idea is that through countless, almost, life experience, our organic matter, there's a pressure creates this diamond. And so through countless lives, we've refined our organic matter. And there's this idea is that we each have this element of purity in us from that is this diamond light in ourselves. So there's this little kind of thing they describe can do it instant is like, imagine the light atop the head, which we do every time we do the middle pillar, and go like this, and we draw it down into our heart. From the light up top into our heart, which is very much about what Tiphareth is about too. Tiphareth, the Sephiroth and stuff, and describe it as getting its light from the supernals. And also hence that how Tiphareth is the connection between ourselves and our higher self, or the spiritual realms. So anyway, so that was that. And I can give you a copy of that material if you want to just kind of have it.
Okay.
But I'll ask you to kind of keep it kind of private. Because there's this, we don't want it, I'm cautious about it being used inappropriately. Because it's supposed to be spiritual. But anyway, so that's what we got today.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Dave.
And so give me an email, send me an email. And if you have any questions, and then we'll be in touch. And I'll let you know if I'm just getting together with friends and we're doing ceremony.
Okay.
Because it does go on.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, I'm still a bit buzzed. That's okay. But yeah, we started here with 7 people, and then kind of, oh well. So I will let you know if I'm going to do something online or not. But as it is, check out, I mean, I have 2 things. There's not too many David Zunkers around. But I do have 2 YouTube channels. So you can just like search my name. But, and I think under TikTok, I'm Isis Priest. You do that one. And I do my astrology blurbs on Twitter, X, whatever, even though I haven't quit that yet. It's tough to quit because I got 12,000 followers over like more than 10 years. So I don't want to just quit it because there's a Nazi in charge right now. Yeah, have a look. But so there's, two YouTubes will come up. One is just kind of my mug on it. And the other one is me kind of in ceremony. I'll have to show you that too. But anyway, we digress. That's enough of this.